Alright, so today we're going to be going over the Lady of the Veil Basilisk Skin with platinum foil printing. And we're just going to go over the fabric itself and the overall playability of the fabric. Since the design itself may not be available anymore, I haven't seen it show up on the website anytime recently, so it's likely that they sold their remaining stock. But yeah, we'll just go over this briefly and go over how cards play on it and how cards slide around on it. Just go over the general feel of the fabric itself. Since this is one of the older field cloths, it doesn't have the fabric stats on here like the newer ones. And I don't believe the other Basilisk Skin field cloths have that fabric grading scale on them either. So we'll go briefly over how the fabric feels, as I said earlier. But that's about it for me. So let me get my stupid face out of here and get the webpage out of here. I will link the Pvramid site down below, just so if you're interested, you can go purchase one yourself. There isn't currently a field cloth that is available in Basilisk Skin or in stock. Currently, it is just the Unlimiteds on the site right now. So we've got, oh my god, the Unlimited series. No, I don't want that. I want the Unlimited series. There we go, the Unlimited series. So you get the Affogato or the Choco Nana. From what I've been told, Deluxe Suede is a good fabric. I personally haven't used it yet, but I do have Marble, and Marble is probably one of my favorite fabrics that they offer. So still available. Let's go ahead and turn off this web page overlay, and here you can see the field cloth itself. As you can see, the field cloth does have this leather appearance to it. That's the thing that I noticed right away, was that it looks like leather. It is not leather though. There are these darker areas that have a much smoother feel to them. It's not the whole field cloth feels smooth, but right here it feels like there's some sort of printing on here, or some sort of not this microfiber material that the rest of the field cloth has. So it's a different texture. And as you see, the field cloth itself, the back, is different from the Marble, where the Marble has a much more rough backing. This is a softer, more felt-like backing. And the cloth itself does feel a bit heavier than the Marble cloth. Or actually, yeah, it feels like it's thicker. But the material itself slides around less than Marble. So if you fold it in half, it is less likely to slide around on the table, I think. Mainly because of the material that the front is made out of. And the back, it's about average on sliding around. If you forcibly push it, it'll slide around. And the ink itself, it's a metallic ink. The only issue I've ever seen with the metallic, or the main issue that I've seen with metallic ink, is that it does occasionally crease. Like, it is visibly creasing, like on this line right here. But it feels like the ink settles much thicker onto the fabric itself. So like right here, I don't know if it's visible on camera. But there is some cracking, or not cracking, but like creasing right here. But I think that's how metallic inks just are in general, though, where they do crease a bit more than their non-metallic counterparts. But yeah, fabric itself feels nice. This non-tech like flat area feels sort of like a like microfiber blanket. It reminds me of like a very short fibered microfiber blanket. But it does like feel grippy, so it does have like some grip to it. But we'll shuffle up some cards and slide them around and see how well they grip onto the cloth itself. But yeah, all in all, I do like how this feels. So this is a standard Pokemon deck, I think. Should be about 60 cards. I may have taken some stuff out. But we'll shuffle this up. Yeah, you can already see like the fabric grips the cards a bit better, so it's not as easy to just like slide it off the field cloth. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. These are KMC Hyper Matte, or not KMC Hyper Matte, KMC oversleeve mattes. So the back is matted, the front is glossy. And as you see here, you can, when you try the little fan out thing, the bottom card gets stuck on the field cloth, so it doesn't slide as well. But the top one, since it is still slightly on the card, it does slide smoothly. But once you get it off, it grips a bit more. So let's put something down. When you're on the ink, it does slide fine. If you're on the actual cloth part itself, there is more like friction there, so it doesn't slide as well. If it slides here, it slides a bit better in this area, but it's a bit hard to turn on the field cloth. But if you slide your mat around, or you slide your field cloth around, your cards will not slide. So there is that. Same as the front side, the matte side is gripping on here as well. That's the KMC oversleeve with the matte texture on the black. What else do we have here? Some dragon shields with dragon shield art mats. I honestly expect this to be similar. Okay, shuffle. Yep. The bottom card is gripping to the field cloth. And we'll deal our 7. And it is a bit harder to slide off the field cloth. Fan out. Fans out well because of the fact that the cards are on top of each other, but once they get off, the cards do grip on the field cloth itself. Which, I mean, it isn't always a bad thing. It just makes it a bit harder to pick your cards up. So we play card right here. It's not the easiest to turn. But they do still, you can still slide them. But it does feel like it catches a bit more than, like, say, the marble. I would say this is slightly less playable for me than, like, marble or cross stitch, where with those, or not cross mesh, where the cards just glide on those a bit smoother than here. But this isn't bad. Just grippy. I'll try a few other types of sleeves as well. Just this random stack of sleeves I have. Or sleeved cards. So we've got, I think this should be, is this Dex? I believe it is Dex. So this same thing grips onto the field cloth itself. Same with the back. It is also grippy. This way. Grips. On the art, it doesn't grip, but that's expected since it is different material and it is ink. It is like a drier surface, or less porous, I guess. This is an Ensky art sleeve. Also grips around. It grips around a bit less than these matte sleeves, just because it's a smoother material, I guess. But it does turn a bit better. This Ultra Pro art sleeve. It feels a bit grippier than the Ensky one, but it does still turn relatively easily. It isn't too hard to pick up. I believe this is another Dex sleeve. Same thing. It's a bit smoother than the other one, but it does still grip on the front. This is a very old Ultra Pro sleeve. Again, it does grip a bit right here. And it does feel like, as I'm using this area more, things are becoming a lot smoother in terms of how they slide around. So let's see, this one. This is an Ultra Pro Eclipse sleeve. This still grippy on here, but it's not bad. This is that art sleeve. A round corner. I believe there's RFC sleeve. But this slides around fine, actually. So it may just be the backing of the sleeve itself. You can see this one's a bit smoother on the back than some of these other sleeves. This is like I believe there's Dragon Shield, actually. So like these texture back sleeves, where it's like matte on the back, you'll have a harder time sliding them around on here, most likely. Because there is more friction added between the cloth itself and the sleeve. Last one we have, there's a broccoli sleeve. So this one slides pretty well, because it has a much smoother texture on the back. So I would expect any sleeves that have like this sort of silky feel to it to slide around smoothly on here. I guess we try the new Pokemon sleeves. It does still slide around, a bit harder than like the broccoli oversleeve, but it's not terrible. I believe there's a Haruya sleeve, and this is similar to the old Pearl sleeves that they had, but it does still slide around. Not as smooth as the broccoli sleeve, but still not bad. It doesn't get stuck like the Dragon Shield mats do. So that's strange. This one seems to slide fine. I mean, my conclusion here is basically that like the more textured the back of the sleeve is, the more likely that it'll grip to your field cloth and be harder to, I guess, move around on here. Which just depends on your preference, really. Do have some dice to roll around on here, I guess. Oops. So, some standard. Oops, I dropped that. Rolls around fine. Metal dice. Also fine. But yeah, I mean, overall the cloth itself isn't bad. I don't think I like how it plays as well as like Cross Mesh or Odyssey Marble, but it does look very nice, and it is super soft despite the fact that it looks like leather. So if you are interested in it, I would recommend picking it up. But if you find like a design you like, definitely worth it. Compared to like a standard playmat, I don't know, standard rubber back playmat, I think it is still nicer, just because it's very soft. But yeah, I think that's all I have to go over. Same with the other field cloth, I guess. These do usually come with a bag to package it in. You fold it in thirds, and it fits in there snugly. In terms of the Basilisk Skin, I would probably, if it's like mine and it's or it's like this Lady the Veil print and it is a metallic print, I would probably recommend only keeping one in the bag. Keeping more than one may cause it to like squeeze a bit tighter, which may cause it to crease or crack a bit more. But as you see, it fits in here perfectly and doesn't push down too much when you squeeze your baggie. But yeah, I guess let me know what you guys think. And you can check out Pvramid down below if you are interested in their offerings. Thanks for watching and bye.